Growing and preserving your own food is often a really good way of drastically improving your cost of living. Hello and welcome to Gardening Naturally with Green Fingertips. My name's Josie Rainbird and I am your natural gardening coach. Today I've got 5 tips for you, or 5 ways that your garden can help fight against the rise in the cost of living. If this sounds interesting to you, keep on watching. The number 1 I've got on my list here is growing and preserving food. Now this goes right back to self-sufficiency, homesteading, that kind of thing. Growing your own food will directly impact your cost of living in that you don't have to spend so much money in the shops buying food. You can grow the fruit and veg that you like to eat, or most of the fruit and veg you like to eat, depending on the climate that you live in. You can preserve a lot of it. You can grow larger crops if you've got the space to. You can preserve. Growing your own fruit and veg actually will cost you less in the quantities you'll get back than it would be to the amount that you'd buy in the shops. So growing and preserving your own food is often a really good way of drastically improving your cost of living. Extra to this tip is growing perennial fruit and veg. So if you grow things like, if you've got apple trees in your garden, or if you've got plum trees, peach trees, that kind of thing in your garden, or if you're growing any perennial vegetables in your garden, these are really good because you literally invest the money once, you plant them in the garden once, and then as long as you keep them maintained, keep them alive, keep them happy and healthy, they're going to keep providing you with more and more veg as you go through. So these are really good. Perennial fruit and veg are a really good investment in your garden to save you money in the long run. So say they cost a bit to start with and they can take a year to establish and develop, but after that point they're going to keep providing and keep giving. So another point to this one would be when you're growing annual fruit and veg, like spring, summer crops, to do the mixed succession growing rather than one big crop all at once. Succession growing will help you to spread the crops throughout the year. You'll be able to get more crops out of the space that you've got available. You'll have a lot less waste. You won't have to worry about processing and storing, preserving the food so quickly because you'll get nice small amounts as you go through the season. You can use what you want to use and then preserve the rest and then keep going with each harvest. So every 4 to 6 weeks, you'll be sowing and harvesting the next lot. I have got a video on succession growing, which I will link at the end of this video, and I will also put in the description below, so you can check that out if you want to know a bit more about succession growing. Until the end of this video for a bonus tip on how you can support your garden and help your garden support you. My second way of how your garden can help you to improve your cost of living is my favourite one, is entertaining at home. So instead of going out once a week, twice a week, just go out with friends and go to the pub for dinner, that sort of thing. As much as that's lovely, it is lovely, believe me, reducing that will actually provide you with a lot more money each month, which can go directly into your pocket and help to cushion the cost of living for yourself. How does your garden help to support this? So if you're eating at home or barbecuing or partying outside, in the summer months this is particularly more effective, I will say. Winter months, not so good, but in the summer months you can really make the most of this. So you have barbecues at home, you make the food yourself, the food you grow in your garden you can use as well, which is nice. You can cook the dinner at home, have your friends around, you can have social at home. This is going to cut the cost so much of your going out bill every month. So it can save you from like 50 quid to easily 100, quite easily each month. So just by making a little change. So you don't have to cut all of it out, just maybe reduce the amount of times you go out each month. Your garden can really help you, especially when you're entertaining your friends and family. If you've got a nice garden, nice little space outside, that can really help. Number 3, using water wisely. Now, in the UK, where I am now, we are going through a hosepipe ban in the areas of the UK. I know not the entire UK is going through this, but in the area we're in a hosepipe ban. We're not allowed to use our hose pipes in the garden. There's a lot more to it than this, but we're meant to be only mains water for essential use only. So this is going to be helping the whole of the UK to restore the reservoirs, restore the rivers and streams, and restore all the saved water around the country to help everybody. So it's for the greater good, effectively. Now, in my garden, I have water butts. So we store the rainwater off the roof of our houses, sheds, greenhouses, any guttering systems, go straight into my water butts. And we also have a stream in the garden as well. Saving water and using water wisely in your garden can actually save you a small fortune on your water bill. Save water instead of use mains water. That can save you because you pay for your mains water. Saving water, natural water sources from like rain, streams, anything like that, condensation even, that can save you a fortune. When you're planting your garden up and your garden's in full sunshine and you're really concerned about having to water these plants and really maintain them every day, try and select plants that will like the space that they're in, the full sun. Drought-resistant plants, for instance. They can really help to save you a lot of money when you're watering your garden. And soil care as well. maintaining your soil, conditioning your soil, helping it to hold moisture, helping it to become more absorbent and retain moisture rather than let it flow through or waterlogging to rot the roots of your plants and then eventually they die. Maintaining the quality of your soil, conditioning it and really helping it to become more absorbent will help to retain water in your soil and then to help provide more for your plants over time to save you having to water it all the time. So that's a really good way of saving you money and being more wise with your water in your garden. And number 4 is composting. Now composting alone can save you an awful lot of money. Producing your own compost from your household waste can help to provide more nutrients for your garden, a variety of nutrients as well. It can save you a lot of money when you want to need to buy potting compost or soil conditioner. By using the compost that you make yourself, not only does it save you removing waste from your garden, which can cost a lot of money as well, compost can help to replenish the nutrients in your soil. It will promote the health and well-being of your garden and the ecosystem within your garden, supporting the soil-borne organisms living in the soil, producing more nutrients for your plants. A compost heap only needs to take up, say, 2 to 3 feet square in your garden. It doesn't have to be a huge area. Obviously the bigger compost heap you get, the more compost you're going to get out of it, the more waste you can recycle and store. But it doesn't have to be that big. It can even be like a 5 to 10 litre bucket as you place it in your garden, and as you keep adding into this bucket, so all the waste and liquid that comes out of the compost can do that, can then seep back into the soil. So they're very good systems to incorporate. And they're only tiny. They're like 5 litre buckets. They're tiny. So in comparison, you can really have a good compost heap in any size garden that you've got. So it's perfect. It can save you so much money and so much time and effort and really support the environment and the ecosystem within your garden. And my number 5 for today, is growing from seed. Now, growing from seed is the most cost-effective way of growing your garden. It can take a little bit longer than having garden-ready plugs to plant, fill the space that you need. So it can take a little bit longer and take a little bit of patience, but the cost saved is incredible. You can get so many more plants for the cost of a packet of seeds. This can save you a small fortune. There are various ways that you can actually get seeds for free. My favourite of all is to seed swap. Take the seeds from your garden. You can then swap them with friends or family, or go to your local horticultural gardening community, whether in your town, your village, in your area, and then swap with people different seed types. Social media is a cracking job for this one. You can advertise on various different groups on various social media platforms, and there'll be people out there that'll go, I want that seed, I'll give you these instead. Plants are good for this as well. You can also do with cuttings and things like that, so that's a really good way of doing it. So seed swapping is a really good way of growing your garden for free in a lot of ways, and to create a variety of different plants growing in your garden to support the ecosystem, to support the health and well-being of your garden, and to support your pocket as well. So I have a bonus tip for you. Making your own feeds can also save you a small fortune when it comes to caring for your garden. Now, your garden can support you. You need to support your garden as well. Now, a really good and effective way of providing this support is to make your own feeds for your garden as well. Now, I have a playlist that you can click to have a look at all the different ways that you can make food for your garden fairly easily from garden waste, from household waste that you would be throwing away or composting, and they will go towards supporting your garden to help your garden support you. So click this playlist here. This is my video on succession growing, so click that here. Both links are in the description below as well. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Click the subscribe button to subscribe to my channel to see my videos as they come out each week. And on that note, I'll see you in the next video. Have fun. See you later.